Hello precious friends, welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brenda Campbell. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. If you're already a friend, thank you for returning. I will be your guide as we go through the 8 steps of the Magical Zentangle Method of drawing. This is drawing for everyone. And I say it's magical because it has truly changed my life. Yes, I know, dramatic, but I'm guaranteeing you that is true. So if you're looking for calm, you find it here. If you're looking for inspiration, you'll find that here. And if you're just looking for a little fun and to create a little fun piece of art, yes, you'll find that here too. So welcome again, and I hope you grab a pen and a paper and draw along with me. So this is day 2 of Inktober, and today we are going to draw on a white 3Z tile, that is Zentangle's triangle shaped tiles. I'm going to be using a black PN Micron PN pen and a pencil and a tortillion. You do not need special materials to draw Zentangle. You just need a paper and pencil. And it's really about the journey, not about the end result. And so let's go ahead and begin our journey with step 1, gratitude and appreciation. In this step, I guide you through a short breathing exercise, which we are abbreviating even more for these little Inktober videos. So just get comfortable where you are, sit up tall, take a moment to just think of something you're grateful for, and then we're going to go ahead and take a deep breath in and let it go and relax as you exhale. And just think of something you're grateful for. And now I want you to really pay attention to how it feels when you think about this thing you're grateful for. How does gratitude feel? Keep breathing. Now just remember this feeling, and as we draw today, your lines go somewhere you don't want them to, or you're just not feeling quite right, stop yourself, take a deep breath in and out, and then you'll be ready to start again. That's all there is to step 1, gratitude and appreciation. And you can simply, just be grateful for where you are. Be grateful to take a moment for yourself. Be grateful for the materials that you're using. Whatever makes you smile, be grateful for that. Okay, moving on to step 2. We're going to grab our pencils. We are going to draw a dot in each of our 3 corners. We are going to connect those dots to create a border. And then we are going to draw our string, step 4. But first of all, let me tell you what our tangle is today that we are going to be drawing. This tangle is by Carla Jooren. I'm sure I'm not saying that correctly. It's spelled Jooren. She is a CZT, and she has deconstructed this pattern called Seedways. It's really kind of fun. Jake's prompt for today is weave. And so this actually is kind of a good tangle to use for our theme, weave. And we're going to add a little something to it as well. So I'm going to draw a string today, and it's going to be a curvy line across one side, then I'll turn it and do a curvy line the other side. So it looks like I have this X in the center of my triangle. And now I'm gonna pick up my pen and we are gonna begin with the tangle Seedways. This is really kind of a fun tangle. Now I'm gonna draw right on top of my string line to begin. And then I'm going to draw another line, aura-ing that, but giving myself some space for my tangle. Now I'm going to aura these two lines on the inside. And then I am going to draw these dark ovals here. Try to space them as evenly apart as I can. Okay, now I am going to I'm going to draw a line that connects this oval to the border. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim for in between each of these. So I'm going to kind of curve it to the center. It's coming down to that line there. This will be a partial. Then I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I think this just makes a really cool pattern. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is put an aura around each of these lines. So here, I drew my line this way. I'm gonna aura that line. Then I'll do the same thing here. And the same thing here, even though it's just a partial. Now I'm gonna flip it around and do it around that other direction. Okay. And that is all there is to Seedways. That's all there is to this pattern. Now, woven was our prompt, so I'm gonna weave another one in here behind it. And it is gonna stop and come around. Let's see. I guess I'll start down here because I didn't think the other end will be underneath. So now I'm gonna aura inside. And then I'll put my oval, one underneath, and maybe one coming out from behind there. Okay, and we're going to do our lines. Now I'm going to pretend that I'm drawing this to one underneath it. And then, of course, we're going to do our auras. Okay, I think that's all we need to do for Seedways. Now I'm going to put something behind here that is going to add to our theme woven, and it's simply going to be aura lines that kind of weave back and forth between them. So this one's going to stop and go behind. Then I'm going to come around and do the other side. Then I'm going to do this one, and so I'm going to start here. So you see it meets up right here. And it meets here on that side. And we're just going to keep going back and forth, stopping. Stopping. And we just continue to weave these lines. That's a little oops there, but I don't care. It'll be hardly noticeable. Trust me. Our eyes look at patterns and see the pattern, not the line. And that is why I don't worry too much about lines that don't go where I want them to go, because oftentimes they just disappear. Our eyes look for the pattern, not the individual line. So that's kind of a neat thing. And you can continue to fill these in all the way if you want, or you could stop anytime you like. Okay, so we're done with step 5, the tangles. We really just have 2 tangles, but I don't know how to name that one. It's kind of like a hybrid. There's several tangles that use a woven line like that, so it's not really a named pattern. But I'm going to grab my pencil now for step 6, the shading, and we're going to begin simply enough by putting graphite where this first Seedways goes on top of the one below it. Then I'll add graphite on the outside of the one underneath to kind of separate it from the background. Grab my tortillion and just start lightly blending this away from the edge. Now our Seedways pattern stands out quite a bit better. Now the Seedways pattern itself, to shade it, we are going to come in here where we have this curve and add a little graphite there. And we'll flip it around and do the same thing on this side. And now we'll pull that away from the edge. I had way too much graphite in there. I ended up making it kind of dark. Oh well. No mistakes. And if you want, you can just kind of clean your tortillion by adding a little bit next to that inside aura line. Not necessary and maybe not even noticeable, but I did it anyway. And then finally, if you want, just to kind of highlight the woven aspect, so I'm just adding a little bit of graphite where there are connections here in this background weave. And now I'm just going to kind of loosely blend that back and forth. Go a couple different directions. And like on the others, just kind of blend out that string line a little bit to finish it off. And there we have day 2 of Inktober. We're done with the tangles, we're done with the shading, and now we're gonna do step 7, initial and sign. So I am going to put my little chop here. Then I'll flip it over. So this is day 2, Inktober 2025. You can put whatever notes you want on there. And there we have our Seedways tangle for day 2 and our weave prompt from Jake Parker for Inktober. So that's all we have to do except step 8 to step back and just take a look at what we've done. Appreciate the time we took for ourselves. Appreciate this fun little piece of art we have. And I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you drew along. If you did, make sure you let me know. I'd love to see your work and maybe give you a little bit of love. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, remember, be you and be happy.